guys, Tattoo for You, Richard here, and it is a beautiful Monday morning. Kids are off to school. Just watch my oldest get on the bus. It is very cool having a bus stop right in front of your house. It rocks. So yes, it is Monday. It's time for updates and business and questions. Let's answer some questions today too. So first things first. Updates. Well, as most of you have seen, I posted a video this weekend. A couple of videos. My daughter started on her Idicbeer terrain challenge. She got a little bit done under. Allergies are kicking my hinder parts today. I'm congested and stopped up, so I apologize. Excuse me. Anyway, she has started on her dilly-dally and got a little chunk done on it. Mine's on pause for a little bit. I've done some stuff on it, like add-on bits and stuff, but I'm still waiting on more add-on bits. And the interior pieces, I may or may not have them in time. I'm not sure what week we're on, but we'll see. They might show up. But the other video I did this weekend was the 100 subscriber video. What? That's crazy, amazing, cool. And hey, look, I'm wearing a different shirt, not just black. It's my Pac-Man shirt. Woohoo! Abbey Road Pac-Man shirt, by the way. You gotta love the Beatles. Well, you don't got to, but you should. Rambling man, distraction man. 100 subscriber video, awesome. I'm at 100 subscribers. So freaking cool. Did the Journey into Forge World. Built this bad boy. He is good to go. He's primed and ready to be painted. And so is his partner. Those guys are ready to go. The Tetras are primed and painted. Or, sorry, no, they're not primed. They're painted. They're done. I want to do some showcase videos this week. At least one or two. I have several things I want to get done. Like, the Hive Tyrant's been done for a while. And it still hasn't been showed off for the, my daughter's Hive Tyrant. But I got those Tetras done, then I want to showcase them off. I worked on Big Ben. Got him a little further along. Working on his secondary colors. Pretty much the reds and greens on him are done for the most part. And then now I'm working on going over the grays with the whites, doing a couple of base coats of those, or a couple of coats of those. And then he'll be done. This is his shield. And it is pretty much finished. Unless I decide to do weathering, which is another thing. I've been weathering like crazy. And I might do a tutorial video on weathering. I know people there are already weathering videos out there. But I figure to share how I do it, which is probably how a lot of people do it. But this is also part of my terrain circle challenge. You're getting a little sneak preview. But that staircase, it's a MDF Warsenal piece. I weathered it and painted it up. This side I did, but at the same time, the way I'm using this side won't even be seen. So, and then I have this thing. Weathered the crud out of it. And it's another Warsenal piece. And you got that. Acrylic is really, there's so many fingerprints on it and probably frosting from super glue. But still, it's not too shabby. I really like the weathering job I did. I'm really happy with that. It was a lot easier than I thought it would be, and it really made me want to weather a lot more of my vehicles and stuff, instead of keeping them so pristine. It's a battlefield. Things are going to get dirty. We're just like, oh, there's bullets on my thing. Oh, my Riptide has bullet shots on it. I got to wash it off. Times. Hold on. Stop the battle. Clean time. Let's go. So, yeah, I mean, really, that's it. That's where I'm at on update-wise. Let's get into these questions, man. We got some good stuff. Some ponderies, some questions. There's some questions that could probably take a whole video in themselves. But let's do this, shall we? The first question is from someone who is awesome and has a name that causes tongue twisters and tongue tides and tongue business on everybody's question videos, and everything has to say his name. So, first question is cruorangelussilicis. Cruorangelussilicis. That's how you say it. I'm assuming. Great Q&A. What are your ultimate hobby goals? Ultimate hobby goals. To get better. Painting and everything. Upping my level. My airbrush skills. Sorry. Adding those in a bit. Just to get better and all. I'll never be... The way I look at something, and I've always looked at it in tattooing, art, everything, you will never, ever, ever be the best. And that's a good way to look at things. Once you start thinking you're the best at it, quit. Go do something else. Because you've maxed out. There's nothing you can do. It's like playing a video game. You're going to reach the max level. What's the point of playing any further? You're not going to gain anything. Quote by, I'm going to butcher it, but quote by Salvador Dali is never ever fear perfection because you'll never reach it. Or don't fear perfection because you'll never ever reach it. That's a good way to look at the hobby and the art and the everything aspect of it. Go at it, full bore, do it, have fun, have a blast, just keep learning, keep trying, keep growing, Other hobby goals are to get some gaming in. I need to roll some dice. Get into more games. I've picked up Star Wars X-Wing miniature game. I'm waiting on Infinity to go plastic. Rumors are out there that they're going to go plastic. I'm not a fan of metal figures. Because I cut and I convert like crazy. And metal figures, for me, they just always take up... I want plastics, man. Or resin. I love resin. Hobby goals another big hobby goal is buy every single Tau Forge World piece made. And then work on other ones. Because those are awesome kits, man. All the way around. Like I want to get all the Tau ones, and then I want to get at least a couple of the bigger Titans and tank models that I think are freaking amazing. Another hobby goal, I want to open a shop. I want to open a war game store, and it wouldn't even be a war game store. It'd be called Nerd Life. Straight up, that would be the name of my shop. And it would be a comic book, a game store, and for me personally, in the back, I would have a room, a tattoo studio in the back, just for me. Set up, I'd do it perfect, do it right, have my licenses like I used to and everything, and I would have it, and it would be strictly I wouldn't advertise it. It would just be for friends and family and stuff like that to come in and get tattooed, I would be everything I like in one little building, and it'd be a freestanding building. Not a part of a little strip center or nothing. It'd be a freestanding building for me. It'd be welcome to the nerd life, I hope that answers your questions. That's my ultimate hobby goals, man. Those good questions. Thank you so much. cruorangelussilicis. Now we go to more questions. This is going to be a long one again, I bet. BigMekDanskull, Daniel Gibbons. Great one, bud. Do you ever take inspiration from comic books when you're building and painting models? Yes, I do. I love comic books. I've been really distanced from them a lot, though, lately. Not as much as I'd like to be. Or not as much as I'd like to be. I'm not as into it as much as I'd like to be. I used to work at a comic book store for 8 years. Mainly in their back. It was Lone Star Comics out here in Texas. They had 8 stores around our Metroplex area. And I worked for them for 8 years as an assistant buyer, as a shipping and receiving manager, and as a delivery driver. But I was into comic books like crazy, man. I loved them. Comic books and games. How I got into Games Workshop was through them. But I mean, I take inspiration from everywhere. You know, anime, comics. You know, my army is my male cross, Tau army, Macross, Robotech. My high commander is Captain Gloval or Commander Gloval from Macross. I'm doing the proxy figures as GI Joe figures. You know, from mainly Cobra. So I'll have an Imperial Guard Cobra army. So, and that right there was my favorite comic book growing up. I do want to do some orcs for my daughter, but do like all like Avengers themed since she likes the orcs and she loves Marvel Avengers, especially Iron Man. Because imagine like a big mech painted up like Iron Man. That'd be cool. Yeah, next question. Wargamer Shawn. This is funny. Yo, dog, so we heard you like missiles. So we put missiles on your missile packs, dog. Thanks for answering the questions. Wish you were close so we could play. I do too, man, because I really want to play. What is your favorite type of music? Who is your favorite artist? Who is your favorite Marvel comic series? I know you like Spider-Man and Hulk. I agree with you on Marvel, by the way. We're talking about I like Marvel over DC. So the first thing about the missiles is from my turret for my terrain thing. Use the Storm Surge turret, which is the big pack of missiles with the missiles on the bottom and then the missiles on the top. So it's like missiles on missiles on missiles. What's my favorite music? I honestly everything, man. I love music. I love from rap, rock, classic rock, metal. I mean, I grew up in Texas, so Pantera's still a favorite of mine. Not like a super favorite, but a favorite. Favorite band is Tool. I love Maynard's vocals, his lyrics, everything. It's just it's like a ambient rock, just a good. I don't know, man. It's just awesome. Tool's by far my favorite. Who's my favorite artist? That question after the other question makes me think of musician, which is Tool. But like artist, I love Frank Frazetta, Salvador Dali are some of my tops. I mean classics. You can't go wrong with classics either. Like Da Vinci and all that stuff. Comic book artist, I would have to say John Romita Jr. He's my favorite comic book artist. I like his style. It's just really good style. Um, what's my favorite Marvel comic series? GI Joe, hands down GI Joe. Till the later series where they started doing comics just to sell the toys. Yeah, I know you like Spider-Man and Hulk. Yeah, Spider-Man and Hulk. I did like the Hulk series that came out not too long ago. I don't know if they're still on it. It's the Incredible Hulk series. Sorry. um, it was the one where they had the writer was a horror book writer. Like he wrote horror novels, and he started writing the Hulk series. I thought that was really cool. Thank you, sir. Next, what is going on? My computer's going wankadoo. Heresy Productions, or just Palmer. Nice Q&A and follow up to my gaming question. Have you ever done much considered solo gaming? Some people solo game by just switching sides or add more complexity by using scenarios or AI mechanics. I'm planning on doing this with the Marvel games. Cheers. I have, actually. I mean, you see chess players do it a lot. They'll play themselves for a challenge. I've contemplated it, sitting down on a small board of 40K, literally putting a board on top of a lazy Susan and just doing that, you know. I think it's a good aspect. It gets you thinking of tactics, you know, because you're gonna switch your mindset on each turn to figure out, okay, I want to beat myself. They're doing this, so what am I gonna do over here? I'm gonna do this to try to counter that, and you'll just keep that. You can, like, tic-tac-toe, the cat wins, whatever. You know, you've learned something out of it. I have contemplated it, and I might even record them too. Good question, man. Idicbeer, Nick. This is a good question. That was really great to watch, man. What is the most painful area of the body to tattoo? And what was the weirdest tattoo you have had to do? That question has been asked to me, well, both questions, but the second part of that question has been asked to me. I would say I have tattooed for 12 years. I would get that question 1 to 2 times a day. For 12 years, I would get that question. And so, first one, what's the most painful part of the body to tattoo? The majority of the people I tattoo, your feet are what they say, what they talk about. My feet were bad. I got the tops of my feet done, and they were bad. But those being bad was still not as bad as this. The palm of my hand, and I did it myself. It felt like someone took a cigar, put it in the palm of my hand, and left it there. And it would not go out. It just consistently burned. I was tattooing myself, and I had the apprentice at the shop at the time holding my hands open, and I was still fighting her trying to close my hands. And yeah, it was terrible. It was excruciatingly awful. And I did it to myself. Yeah. So the second part of that question, the weirdest tattoo you have had to do. Well, there's 2 in mind. One's not so weird in the grand scheme of things compared to the second one. The first one is I tattooed a friend's tongue. I put an anchor on his tongue so he could go to his girlfriend and say, "Hey, baby, I want to drop anchor." The weirdest one, I was fresh out of my apprenticeship. I had only been tattooing for a month and a half, maybe, officially, you know, on the floor, getting paid for it. A guy comes in, it was my turn up, and he comes up to me. They sent him to me, and he said he wanted to tattoo just a tiny letter R. That big, you know, just small letter R, nothing fancy. A single line letter R. Like, literally, I drew it on a piece of paper like I was writing my name, and he wanted it red. A red R. I was like, okay, cool. Where do you want it? You know, shop minimum's $40, so it's $40, you know, either way. He's like, that's fine. He's like, I want it on my taint. I was like, squeeze a minute. What? Hello? What? Yeah. I thought it was a joke. It was no joke. I wanted to charge him more, but I couldn't. Yeah. So here I am tattooing a guy. He's in his tighty whities, cupping his hanging basket, one leg draped over the arm of my chair, and here I am. I didn't even stretch the skin. But I think I did with my pinky. I was like, yeah, done. Like, couple seconds, and then I gave him the bandage to put it on himself with tape on the back. I said, here you go. You can put that on there. I'm done. I don't want to be here at all. Like, literally, it was, yeah. On that part, you know what I'm talking about. I asked him why. I was like, why are you getting this? What is this for? He said it's for him and his wife and his anniversary. And I was like, why? Why? What else? Why? He wouldn't tell me. I was like, we were this close. We were intimate. My face was, Yeah, and I got nothing out of that. Not even a dinner. Thanks, Nick. Thanks for asking that question, buddy. Anyway, mini Warzone. Answers, dude. Awesome answers, dude. I agree with you on the humans being the ultimate villain thing. Okay, question is, has your nerd life ever taken you down role playing path? Also, do you have favorite character from Lord of the Rings? Okay, so that's two questions just sort of slipped out. Two questions is fine, buddy. Has my nerd life ever taken me down role playing path? Yes, many times. I started out role playing when in high school. I played Rifts. It's kind of a sci-fi thing. It's like post-apocalypse if the world went into turmoil and it opened up these rifts to other dimensions and planets and galaxies all over the Earth. It's really fun. You should check it out. I mean, even at, like the fluff, it's really cool. It's a cool story. Played D&D. I played Call of Cthulhu, Resident Evil style once. That was really fun. The DM ran it like, or the GM ran it like the very first Resident Evil game, like the mansion style. That was a blast. Yeah, dude, I played tons of them, and I want to play again. I got D&D over here, the seventh, whatever edition it is, 5th edition, I believe. I'd really like to get in and play. Rifts, I'd like to play that again. So, yeah, dude, I like RPGs. They're fun, man. Werewolf is awesome. That was a really fun one to play. What is it? Werewolf. It's one of their other ones about the magic users. Like magic. I don't remember what it's called. But that one was cool. That was interesting. I like the aspect of magic having positives and negatives. If you cast a spell, it comes back on you too. Your second part of your question, the Lord of the Rings. This is getting a long video. I apologize, guys. Lord of the Rings. Favorite character. I always liked. I'd have to say Bilbo. Bilbo was one of my favorite characters. I just like his attitude. I know it's from The Hobbit, but carry over the story. Bilbo, and then in turn, Frodo. Those were two of my favorite characters on Lord of the Rings. I'm gonna have to go back and watch those right now. I need to have a super marathon. Looks like last question. The Green Salami 2. No. I'm hoping that's enough O's. Not Marvel. DC has some evil villains. Joker, Deathstroke, Brainiac. I love the fact that DC carries a story through talking of stories. Templar's Crusade was discussing which Horus Heresy book would make a great movie. Talking of stories, Templar Crusade was discussing which Horus Heresy book would make a great movie. Taking this further, which part of our beloved hobby would you like to see a film made of? Toodle peep. I agree on the Marvel DC thing. I have noticed like a lot of the DC villains are villains. Are blood, like kick your mom in the gut, kill your uncle villains. Like they're villains. They just don't care. They're down and dirty villains. The Joker is probably one of my favorite villains, Horus Harry books make great movies. I think they would. I think they would be pretty cool. Which part of beloved hobby would you like to see made into a film? That's a tough one, man. I mean, honestly, Horus Heresy would be great. That's a kicker right into it, You could do like a Horus Heresy movie, and you could do movies about each individual chapter, and the Primarchs coming to be, or just you could break off into chapter movies. Even races can have their own movies. What about a movie about the old ones and the big battle with the Necrons? The Necron tier and the whatchamacallit. My mind blanked out on me. Anyway, those would make some good movies. I think that would be really cool. Problem with the movies is who would play some of these characters, and would they be done well enough to be worthy of it? I don't know, man. Anyway, that's my questions. I hope I answered them well. We'll do this again next week. We're on 25 minutes now. It's a long little ramble, but I really appreciate your questions. I really appreciate everything. Y'all guys rock. You've got me to 100 subscribers. That is crazy. And it's only up from here, man. I'm gonna keep doing stuff. I'm keep putting out content, showcase videos, review videos. I'm gonna have fun, man. That's like Nick says. I was watching one of his videos, and he talks about, what makes best content. It's you being you, right? Who can be a better me than me? And this train wreck, who's not going to want to look at this? Because I am insane about my hobby. Guys, I love you. Thank you. Like, comment, subscribe. If you have any more questions, please put them in the comments below. We'll keep this rolling. This is a fun Monday update business. So, y'all have a lovely, happy, wonderful nerd life. I'm off to paint. See ya.